G'day and welcome back for more Scrapyard Survival, and I've got a few things I probably need to do before I go and do any sort of collecting of ice from the pole again. One of which is offload the ice from the last time we went there, because I don't have that offloaded yet. It's still on the train, which means I need to pipe up this, which at first I had thought was going to be quite a painful process. The reason I'd believed that to be the case was because I built a regular rotor up there for this to be mounted on, the little arm. But that would only be a pain if I wanted to put a large conveyor running down to the ground. But since I don't want to do that, I probably want to put another conveyor conversion down here on the ground. Another conversion to small grid down here on the ground. It shouldn't be such a big problem. But I got to figure out how I'm going to do that conversion here without it clanging out. I think I have to use a connector and then do another small grid connector on top and all that nonsense. And then see how I can make that look like a little pump that runs underground. And then I have to conveyor it up to the cargo container, but that's all underground stuff that I can just gradually do. But it is nice to see that my hole that I dug here last time is gone. And all of that nonsense under there is cleared up. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate that so much. It's not as bad on 0.95 Gs, but it's... I just remember what that was like on high gravity worlds, and it was horrible. And then I should just be able to cut off that corner as I somewhat sensibly put a T-piece further along, put another T-piece, and then conveyor this down. And at least that's gotten me to the connection point underground, and then I can just do the conveyoring underground to connect up to everything. And underground we go. So I need to go and just basically build a conveyor line straight from there all the way over to... Where am I going to put the ice storage? I've got these two cargo containers, this one and this one. So I can probably just put them between these two power poles, I suppose. Or maybe I'll put them out the back so I can move them later. Make it easier. Will it make it any easier? I don't think it'll make it any easier. Oh, I'll put them out the back anyway. Alright, well, now I'm connected up. This was, it went a little bit wrong, the tunnel building at first. And then I made it deeper, but I have this conveyor line now running all the way through to here. Now I can merge those cargo containers on, and we'll be able to offload the ice from the train. At one stage I was thinking I'd put a sorter system in here to automatically pull the ice off, but I then realized that maybe there'd be a situation where I'd want to be able to fill the train with ice if we end up having a launch platform, a base for launching from, that isn't here, and then I need to move the ice to. And that I want to use the train for that. Does it still have any... No, it doesn't have any battery. I need to get some battery in it, because that's not going to end well. When those voxels fix. It's not going to end well at all. Huh? Oh, what? No, there's a break somewhere. Okay. Oh. Where? Oh. I know where. Never piped this bit. Oh, I'll get that fixed. So one of the really handy things that's been added to the build info mod recently is the ability to, well, relatively recently, I think it's been there a while, is the ability to visualize conveyor networks to see where they're disconnected from each other. So if I type /BI for build info, then I can do conveyor networks or conveyor viz. And then you can see the visualized network. What's connected to what and how. Which is super, super handy. So what I need to now connect is this network here to this network up here, and also decide whether that's best to be done through the front like I am now, or whether to change that. I still think I want to do it through the locomotive, but whether with the position of the turret, it might be possible to hook up to... Oh, actually, I don't really want to do that. So if I hooked up at the back here, I wouldn't be able to walk on and off the train from there, which I really like. Right. That means I have to pipe all the way through this roof. What the... I was not expecting to find components in the seats. Are there components in the other seats? Yep. My passenger seats are full of stuff. I'm guessing that happened when we went to the scrap location when we went out and about. Okay, so I need to come to that spot. Because then I can run down this wall, but maybe... I think that's going to be the easiest way to go. And then go straight down the side here, which will be a bit of visible asymmetry, but that's okay. Because there's plenty of other visible asymmetry on this build, which I think gives it extra character. In theory, that's all connected now because it's the same color. Let's check. Search cold, so I get these two, and then search ice, and we find... Yay! All the ice can move across. How much did we actually collect? 54 tons. Not bad. Not fantastic, but not bad. Turn off the conveyor visualization. I don't need that anymore. But yeah, that's one big important job done. So we can now actually offload the ice without too much trouble. That's good. Next thing I want to do is something that was a very common suggestion from you guys in the comments after last week, which is have a look at where the S and the P would be on the splitsy and see if I can have them dangling a bit. Also, I want to put the apostrophe back between the E and the S, because I actually did have an apostrophe there, but when I was cleaning up all of the extra bits at the end, I forgot that I'd put the apostrophe on a couple of empty armor frames and removed them, which was silly. So I need to put that back. So there is a possessive there. I climb up there. I wonder if I can build a scaffold that I can get onto so I can get access to the ladders properly. My hope being that I can use the ladder to climb up and not have to build a scaffold all the way up again. Like what feels like the 4th or the 5th time, but might only be the 3rd. I also would like to, as again, suggested by a number of people, get some lights onto the splitsy sign. I have a bit of an idea of how I could cheese that by using a light placed down with an offset, but I do wonder if I can get something more proper done that would light it up. What I'm thinking is remove this half panel, which is where that's locked to, so don't do that. I was thinking of removing that and then putting a light, like a corner light, where it is, and then pushing the offset behind, but I will have to continue to think about that. Alright, so I can jump over and get onto that. If I were to put the possessive in, I can do that easily, because I can just jump up here and do as I did before. Put a couple of blocks like that. I am not being smart here, but I'm doing this anyway. Then for the little apostrophe, what I had with these, make sure they're in the right color. 2 little corner tubes downs. I go to 3rd person. Yeah, there we go. I think that's enough. I don't think I need any more than that. All right, so the next step, the next thing I need to do is light up this S. And I think, as much as I kind of want to just put a block down and then put a simple interior light on the end, I don't think that's going to work great because it's going to light up everything else around here as well. So I'm going to have to build something a little more complex. And the thing that I feel makes the most sense is to basically build out a little bit, put a rotor down probably. I'm just trying to think how far out it actually needs to be for a spotlight to work here. Would it work from here? I can test, I guess, without having to actually build the rotor. I don't know if this is going to have enough radius. Now if we go rotor, lower limit 0, upper limit 0. Okay, 12 seems to be working. And then the light. Massively reduce the radius. There we go. 10 meters. How does this look if I turn off my suit lights? There's a part of me that kind of likes it. It's one spotlight doing one tiny little job, which is not great. But I do kind of like it. I'll try it with the other spotlight to see whether it looks nicer. See if that looks any better without the lines on it. Off the suit lights again. Yeah, I think that looks much better. Do need to change the angle though. It's still not quite right. No. No. I think this is wrong. I think I'd be better off building some spotlights down on the ground to point back up. I am approaching this problem from the wrong angle. Alrighty. Simple. Hinge and spotlight. Some might be wondering about why I'm not using searchlights. The reason not to use searchlights here is that their position doesn't get retained properly. So it won't always point at the same location. Each time the server restarts, it'll end up moving back to a default position. At least that's been my experience. So much better off using rotors and hinges and things to set these up.
Energy critical.
How does it look? Yeah. Probably do with increasing the intensity of this side a bit, just to match. Obviously, because of the angles, it's not going to be exactly the same, but yeah. Much better. Now I can at least see the bridge from this side. Can't see the bridge from the other side. I can see it from this side. 2 little jobs down. We've got ice off the truck and we've got lights on that bit of the bridge. How do I do this SP angly bit? So many people suggested it. I feel like I've got to try, but it's also feels like it's going to be really difficult. If I imagine that this is where the LI would sit, if I replace the end bit with a rotor and the rotor swing past, if I put, say, one of these guys on there. Let's just lock this down so it doesn't move when I place the next bit. Because obviously, I think it's pretty unlikely that this is going to work if I have the exact gap spacing kept. But if I expand the spacing by 1 block, how obvious would it be? So that I could have that rotor then able to swing free. I might build it and get a battery on this so that I can kind of manipulate it and have a look at what it looks like. Because I feel like a rotor will work better here than a hinge, because a hinge has a limit that's going to be quite difficult to work with at the angles I'm working at. Because what I'm thinking of, I removed that. What I'm thinking of is that when this is hanging up, it might be nice if the rotor can allow for swinging through beyond vertical, so that it can kind of hang there and swing back and forth, which isn't really going to be properly doable with a hinge without making even more blocks on this. But I don't think that's even going to work in that position, because on this we'll have the L, which will have these running down here. So those are the blocks that could get in the way. Build these. So if those are there, how much fast vertical can I get? Yeah. This is the problem with it all being attached in the middle of the letters. Alright, I'm going to put the letter on here and just then see if I can get it. Because it doesn't need to move much. I just want it moving just a little bit. And then I'm going to try and see if I can set up a timer to give it a little shove. And then switch off a shove, and then switch off a shove, and then switch off, so that this thing can actually be swinging. Because I think if I'm going to this much effort, I'm having it swing. Oh, I just had a thought of how to make this really fun. Not have it swinging there all the time. Yes! Okay. It's going to look a little bit weird, some of what I have to do here. I think. Unless I may have a way around, actually. I'm hoping to keep the gap correct, but I may be able to... But I was thinking... Let's turn this on. grind these bits off. And we place another plate here. And then a plate here. Then one of these bits like this. And then I'll lower it down so that I can get to it. That doesn't work. Nuts. What about if I instead use... Where's the little corner piece? There. Put that there. Then I'm putting one on the back so that I've got access to the back. Which means then I can try and do this. Which will then allow me to have my neons placed there to form the P. I'm just building this down here because it's so hard to build up there. I just don't want to mess around with all these ideas and figure this out up on the roof. Up on the bridge, I should say. But if I've got that like that, does this now swing free if I let go? No, it doesn't. Urgh. Urgh. It's stuck. What? Oh. I can just put those blocks, those same blocks that I've put on the bottom, put them on the top, and then I get in the way. Perfect. Easy. Done. In fact, I could possibly do even better than I've currently done if I do it that way. So does this work better? If I turn this off and just let it swing. Kinda. I have muddled around and I think I'm coming closer to a solution that I'm happy with. I think I missized that P. I think it should be one longer. Maybe. Yeah, I think that should be down one further. That's fine. Doesn't matter. Illustrative purposes only. This is. My idea that I think I'm going to attempt here is basically every time something drives under the bridge, this rotor turns off, the S and the P drop, start swinging, make a whole big clanging sound, but also I put an exhaust block on here that showers sparks. So you see sparks every time something drives or flies near the bridge with a sensor. Now, I do not recall what the max range of a sensor on a small grid is, so I'm going to check. Yeah, 50 meters. Excellent. Because that's the range on the spotlight, which means I can make the sensor large enough that it can detect the entire space inside the bridge. Yes. Cool. Oh, I hope I get to have someone drive through and be surprised by that before they see this video. That'll be so much better. Yeah. Cool. Now I just have to climb up there and build this up there. Because I don't like the idea of trying to attach a rotor while up there. This is going to require a bit more time spent up here, so I'm building a bit of scaffolding just to help me get this done. Without dying. Let's just make sure this thing moves. Yep. And set limits so that I can have this reset to position. There we are. Nice. Looking good. Fully depleted in 21 days. Okay, the batteries are still good. I'll pop just the timer block up here, I think, just to make it easier. Get around behind here. Yes, I can. That means I can put an exhaust pipe on the back of the rotor, which I think is the perfect spot because it's kind of where the spark should start. I'm sure some people are going to have a difference of opinion on me on this, but I don't want the S and the P to turn off. I want the sparks to happen, them to stay on, largely because that means they're more obvious. Not because, like, I know it'd make more sense for them to turn off because they're getting damaged and they're disconnecting, so that would be more sensible, but I think from a dramatic perspective of keeping things visible, keeping things in play, it might be better. Alright, where should I put the sensor? Doesn't really matter. I guess if I can get most of the way down here, I can possibly place one in the middle and a bit lower down than putting it up on the deck. It'll also be interesting to see just how much power a large range sensor consumes. Okay, so we want back, big, front, big, bottom, bottom big. Why does this keep resetting my position in the thing? What's it doing? I've only seen that happen in multiplayer when it just, things keep going weird. Wait, is the timer blocks? Is it every time the timer blocks turn things on and off that it's messing with me? Left and right can remain small. And top should be basically non-existent. Actually, no, top. Yeah, let's put top up there. Now if I have a look at the batteries. 8 hours. That could be a problem. Wonder if the solar panel would put enough power in. Don't know. Oh well. Whatever. Whatever. We'll see. If it turns out that the S and the P are always dangling there, then we know that the power's run out. If not, it's good. Set up actions. So I want this to... Oh, I need 2 timer blocks. I need another one. So the sensor is going to do things. This timer block, though, is going to turn on the exhaust pipe, turn off the rotor, and start this timer. This timer block is going to turn off the exhaust, turn on the rotor, and that's it. The time that it takes before it does a reset, let's leave it for a minute. On entering the area, this one happens. Trigger now. On exiting the area, this one gets started. Just sort of doubling up a function, but if it means if something gets parked in the area, the timer block will automatically activate, but also it's probably not needed. But I've done it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right, let's see how this works. Turn you off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm wedged. No. Let me out.
Fuel low.
So is the sensor activated? It does appear to be... Oh, it's going to detect... It's going to detect this train carriage. I've got to get rid of the carriage. Otherwise, it's going to be always detected. Alright, I'll go fix that. Oh, it's not working. Oh, no, I know why. Oh, there's still more small grids up there. The signs. I'm going to have to measure this perfectly so that the signs don't... Oh, that's going to be something. The signs are in range. The subgrids shouldn't matter because they're a separate entity type for the sensor, but those signs are not.
Low.
I have to make sure that the thing is perfectly within those signs. Alright, up the ladder I go again. Just realized I can't even do the show sensor field range because I don't have an antenna on this grid. So what I'm going to have to do is do this another way. So front and back. Let's reduce both of them right down until this deactivates. There we go. Has deactivated. It has reactivated. Why? What is triggering it? Oh, did I set this up wrong? Oh dear. Is there a piece up here or something? Is there another small grid loose up here? See any other bits here? Drop down. Can I see any? The fragments from the original? I see any fragments lying along here? Okay, I'm thoroughly confused as to what is triggering the sensor. No! See if we can narrow it down. Oh. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Back extent. When do you get triggered? 10 meters. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Oh, right. Of course. This is a separate grid. Every time this toggles itself on and off, this is a separate grid. Oh, okay. Yep. I should have seen that before. So every time that disconnects, it's its own separate grid. But every time the connector's locked, it's not. Can I work around that? Not easily. So part of me tempted to build a little bulge outward that sticks out in front so that the sensor can be put out in front of the letters, but I think that'll look weird. I guess I just won't push the sensor out that far that side. Okay, so as long as I fly anywhere through near toward the center, because I just need to be left of the fourth S, and oh my gosh, it looks great! Then I fly away, then a minute later it'll set itself up again. Oh, I want to see this at night now. A minute's probably too long. It's probably alright. There we go. Resetting itself. And Oh no, it's a catastrophe! I really like that. My own little theme park. Yeah. Got my signage ready. And next thing to do is probably prep for the next trip down to the pole. Which means getting my new carriage in the right position in the carriage order. Because I don't want it at the back. At the back needs to be this one with the turrets. And possibly, given this one's got the bigger, heavier load of stuff, I should move it up. Wow, got a whole bunch of rovers hanging around here. I should probably move it up to second position rather than having this one in second position. Which will mean redoing a lot of hitches. Oh. I also have to remember to set up the wheels on this properly. And I realise, having a look at this, that I made this one substantially longer than the other carriages. Oh wait, no. I only made it longer than the coal carriage. It's the same length as the turret carriage. About. Actually, I think it's possible that all these carriages are slightly different lengths. That's so typical. Oops. 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 Oh dear. This isn't a good place to be. Come on. Let me through. There we go. Okay, I need some sort of remote access to that, because that situation with the connection is not great. Okay, so build the hitch on here. Make sure it's piped up, which I might have forgotten. Yeah, I only got as far as this point, so I'll have to fix that up too. Oh, looks like someone's arriving. Hang on, I need emote. Can I wave? No, I can't wave. Dance then, I guess. Finger guns? Yeah, there we go. Almost looks like a greeting. It'll do. Yeah, I will continue working on this, I suppose. But I think people are starting to arrive for the journey. I should probably let them know where they can set up and what I need them to do.
Go down there.
Hello. Just thinking about where you should park. Probably not right there.
Figured that would be a bad place, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe just over behind the Nugget if you're okay with that. Just beside the warehouse there would be good.
Sure.
So that'll keep you out of any harm's way. I unfortunately just realized that the power to my lights over here and to my survival kit that at the bar had died. So I just gotta fix it.
And I just realized I left my spare set of tools back at home, so I'll be right back.
Sure thing. Oh, I see a TFE over there. In the distance. Running toward me. Ahoy there, Mr. Final Event. How are we? Fine, ignore me then. Hey, White Wolf.
Oh, I've been up here again. I got a bit lost in the desert. I seem to have done a big loop.
What did you do?
I wandered off and, yeah, apparently I just ended up back here again.
I see. Well, I'm in the middle of doing this hitch for this new carriage, so I'll be with people at the bar soon. Okay, someone's flying in. What is going on back there?
It's me returning.
No, there's another. That's not. I would have recognized yours.
Oh, hello.
There's another one up there. I wasn't expecting all these people to arrive flying.
Santa's sled looks a bit different this year.
Well said, Timmy. Ah, this is their rover. Nice. Oh, it's a chunked up. I really like this. Chunked up jalopy. Welcome. If Twisted, turn on your broadcast.
How it goes?
How's it going?
Finally. Yep.
Yeah, there we go. It's much better if I can look at people and immediately see what their tags are.
I was trying to remember what push to talk was.
Oh, is this your chunked up rover?
Well, it's designed to get halfway there and stay there for about 5-10 minutes, and anything else is good luck.
I love this redo of the jalopy. That's great. That's very cool.
How do you get in the seats on the back of it?
Well, I imagine it's
Trying to make
easier when it's
peace
not
with,
half off
all
the
other
ground.
Red factions.
Because I can jump and get to the seat. If you just stand here, TFA, and jump, you'll highlight the seat.
Ah.
The seat was a bit of an afterthought. I thought, what fits in there?
Wait. The seat's upside down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
It
way
out-
your head,
Always working here.
your
that
head
way your
pokes
head
towards the
doesn't-
back.
that way you're
So you
looking
fit.
at the stars.
Yeah.
So,
Otherwise, the seat wouldn't fit under the turrets.
I was trying to keep the centre of gravity as low could be. It's a bit tippy,
Yeah, I imagine so.
but it's more for the
I can see your
spectacle than
guy,
the
yeah.
speed.
it looks like-
Absolutely. All right, everybody,
there we go. I am here. All right.
Hop over to the bar if you can. And we'll make sure everyone's audio and stuff is sorted out there. And I'm going to go and collect a couple of other people. We've got three rovers that have been brought along today, which means we need a few more for running escort duties for the train. The train's also got an extra carriage, so it's going to be a bit longer today. It's got a lot more cargo capacity, so we'll probably have to stay longer at the ice today, which all adds up to it's going to be a little more important for the escorts to do their thing and be in position to grab all that aggro and keep it from the train. Hopefully all of you are familiar with the tactics that we used last time, where we basically had a ring of escorts around the train, making sure that there was always an escort closer to any enemy, no matter where they ended up appearing. There was always an escort closer to the enemy than the train itself. So once we start driving away from the ice, the escorts should all fall towards the rear or if there is an enemy base ahead of us, then at least one escort needs to stay in front, just to try and keep that aggro on the escorts so that hopefully we can get the train out, and this time get out with, I think, probably a few 100,000 kilos of ice, which might make the train a bit slower. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, that's my goal, because it's got 5 large cargoes on that carriage.
Ooh.
And that's an upgrade from the, I think, 6 medium cargoes that we had on the previous train. Or previous trip, I should say. What I thought we could do is, much like we did last time, grab a couple of the vehicles from my scrapyard, from my collected scrap, and turn them into extra escorts. Ideally, I'd like to get 6 escort vehicles. So I'd like to try and pick 3 of them from there, and we'll kind of divide up into groups and see what we can do about upgrading those vehicles. TFE, I'm presuming you don't want to just be a hood ornament this time.
Well, I do actually have to leave early, so I might just be a good ornament.
Okay, fair enough then. Well, in that case, that's fine then. What we might do is, do I have some volunteers to drive the new escort vehicles that we're going to build right now?
Yeah, why not?
Sure, I'll volunteer to be cannon fodder.
Yeah, I'll do
Let's
one.
go for it.
All right, so that was BWG, JB, and Sapphire, was it?
Yep.
All right, cool. So if you 3 come with me, everyone else wait here for a sec, and when we get back, if everyone just kind of assigns themselves, or I'll assign you guys to one of these 3 to help pick. But come with me, and we'll set you guys a vehicle, and then I'll carry it over into this main area so we can work on it.
Yes.
But I kind of hoped that we'd use some different vehicles, so not all just the orange Rover, because that's the one I've got lots of. But I kind of like to try and see if we can do some different stuff. Where is it? There was one of those, where is it? Ah, over here. So we got this little Klang & Sons building truck that I thought we could turn into something that could be one of the vehicles. Any of you 3 happy with this one?
Yeah, I'm happy with anything really.
All right, JB, that one will be you. The other vehicles I was thinking were one of these flatliners. Probably. No, that one's got a hydrogen tank on it. Is there one around here that's reasonably in repair? And actually, maybe this one that's got the van on the top. So which of you two wants the flatliner?
I can do that one.
Alrighty. BWG, that's yours. And then we do have a jalopy already. Sapphire, do you want to drive this helicopter as a rover?
Oh, that's gonna be an interesting challenge.
Yeah. I've just got to get the thruster off it, that's all.
Roger, Dodger.
But I think
I
for
suggest that as we walked in, there was a plane that we walked past. It's like, what about like a plane-shaped rover to be a bit different?
I think the plane will be just a bit too big to get going relatively quickly.
A
And
bit jank, yeah.
yeah, a bit unstable. Whereas this thing, we can chop off the container and then just turn it into a rover from there. And I won't be upset if you decide to get rid of the rotor, because obviously the rotor is an extra bit of weirdness that could happen. But yeah, I thought this
Yeah,
thing...
reduce the clang.
Yeah, I thought this thing would be relatively easy to replace this with proper wheels and refit in a fun way. And it also gives you a fairly large platform to start from. So, okay, if you guys head back to the center, I'll bring these over with the... Nope, that's not the way out.
How do you get out of this maze of scrapyard?
Doesn't say.
Well, I wanted it to feel like a scrapyard.
You've definitely done that job. It's like suitably scrapyard feeling, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. It's really weird.
Yep. I'll get the nugget and I'll bring those out if you guys just wait here.
You know what?
I'm no longer alone.
Good enough.
If there are any important blocks, like we're going to be turning one of the helicopters into a rover, I need to get the hydrogen thruster off that before we take it in. But otherwise, I don't think the other vehicles that I'm bringing over should have anything. So just see what you can do to help out. The big container on the far side of the ramp from where we're standing, it has public access, so you can grab all the components you need from there. If we need extra batteries, I've got a couple left. Hopefully it's enough, but if we don't have enough, maybe one of the guys with their base rover around here has a spare battery. But we'll see if we need that.
I've got
If it's a spare medium, I think, but
Yeah, the small grid large ones would be what we'd try and fit them with.
I think mine's got about a dozen small batteries on the underside.
Yeah. Because it's not really doing a whole lot, so.
Alrighty.
You know what? Let's leave the cargo container on there because that gives it more material to be shot at. Less things to break. Back wheels.
Actually, yeah, it's a fair point about leaving the cargo box on because it is lower down mass. So it does lower your center of mass if you want to leave it on there.
Yeah, and let's build the wheels off that cargo container. It'll give us a better point.
Yeah, go for it. I might try and grab that thruster while we're here. Okay, cool. I maybe should have moved you guys a little bit
Okay,
further
yeah.
apart so that you could hear each other more clearly without too much chatter, cross chatter.
Yeah, that'd help.
Do you want me to move everyone apart just a little bit further? Would that help?
Why don't we move the heli crew out towards the train? The other two can stay where they are probably because they're far enough apart with the heli in between.
No, the heli's on the outside.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was the wrong way.
I'll move the little white rover up onto the deck up here. Or over by the train station, actually.
All right, heli crew, we need to find a battery.
All right.
Yeah, anyone working on the flatbed with me? Do we know where we can get a battery from?
Yeah, there's batteries up on my up near my warehouse you can grab.
Awesome.
All right, Twisted, don't fall off.
You're saying you wanted these outriggers left on or off?
We're giving them fellas a bit more space.
Sorry, heli crew, leave the out.
There we go.
We'll attach
That should
to
make it easy so you can talk to your crew. You can still hear the other guys in the background, but it should
Yeah,
keep it a bit.
Yeah.
The propeller
balanced.
should come off. Yeah, we're gonna try and reduce
yeah, I
clank
think
some.
at least 5x5 wheels as well.
Or make it fixed.
Go get a finance for a mag.
It'd be good enough to mag lock the rotor actually. That would help a lot.
Yes.
Okay, while everyone's sorting this stuff out, I'm going to go hook up the train and get it all connected
Are
properly because
we
it is not
moving
right
then,
now.
Or are they moving?
Let's just get a battery on this thing so we can
It's
lift
split?
it up and get some wheels under
Yeah.
it.
Can I
Well, it has
modify
batteries.
your
Well,
train
I'll place it
again
on it, yeah.
for expanding your respawn bay? Because everyone falling off when
I thought it was off.
when respawning, so
Yeah,
I
what-
wanna
Yeah, let's have a
Modify.
look.
Yeah, the battery
What were you thinking of doing?
just expand the inner areas. People don't respawn from outside. That's my goal. So I think expand my step outside to here. maybe, and cut some walls. Then I think people were inside in the steps on.
Yep. No, that seems reasonable. You know what?
Yeah.
If it ends up being feasible once you've taken out some of the walls, you could get rid of these medium cargos in the floor, which could then drop the floor height inside, meaning people are more likely to respawn inside rather than outside.
I'm not sure these conveyor tubes block the respawn area, so if I'm alright, I wanna move the top mounted gun up below one deck, maybe.
Well, it might have. Is that the road? That's the rotor right there. Yeah, because I didn't want to push it up higher because then it kind of gets a bit top heavy, and it does look a bit weird. But if yeah, you'd basically have to modify the entire the roof of the locomotive as well if you wanted to move the gun up higher.
Yeah.
But what I was more thinking was, if you get rid of these medium cargo containers, then the floor can drop, which means that the survival kit can then drop a block.
Okay.
And that gets you that headroom anyway.
Yeah.
Which might be better.
Maybe.
I will go for
but that might, yeah, you probably have to rip out one of the walls. But see how you go. Once I'm done hooking up the train together properly, I'll come back and I'll give you a hand with whatever you need me to do.
Yeah.
You're even symmetry.
Well, done enough.
Yeah, that's always the bonus, eh?
Oh no. Who's ended up even symmetry?
The van.
Oh right, yeah, I did do the van even, didn't I?
That's alright. She's disposable, so.
Well, at least with some of the cockpits, you can actually deal with even symmetry. Not so much a cab one. But with the rover cockpits, you can.
I didn't even think about that when I put that in there, to be honest with you. now you've said that, I'm going to have to change it.
I know how you feel. I do know how you feel. How do you think I feel when I read comments on a video I've just published and then I go, oh, that is a much better way of doing that. Why?
Yep.
Split?
Yep.
Do you build ice cargo on your base?
Yes, I have ice cargo on the base.
Then could you open these connectors to share with all, because I need to unload ice from the main locomotive.
Oh, did I not get it all out?
Yep.
Oh, whoopsie. You know, that one's share with all.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, annoyingly though, this ice connection is not connected up to my componentry, which would make it much more convenient for you.
Yeah, thank you.
But at least once I've got the carriages hooked up, we can drive into the base, and then you can be closer. We can have it easier for construction.
But now I can pull components from here, so that's okay now.
Oh, did I connect them? Huh.
Maybe.
I thought I didn't. Oh well. Bonus. Yep. Did we end up getting the hydrogen thruster off the top?
Yeah, I fell down.
Cool, because I got distracted and didn't actually end up doing that. I was meaning to do it. I lost
somewhere
track.
over there. I don't know who grabbed it.
Okay. Cool. Nice to see everyone's going with the 5x5s. Interesting battery placement. I'm presuming temporary.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you reckon you're going to do with the van on the back?
We keep in the container.
I think it's where we'll actually control the vehicle from, and then hide the battery in the main cabin of the actual truck.
Nice. Yeah, that's a cool idea.
Target mass.
That's a good idea. If we move the survival kit first, we should be able to get that medium cargo out.
Yep. Okay, that's enough, I think.
Okay. Do we not need to get it out so that we can get the medium cargo out? Or have you got a hole on the other side as well?
Yeah, good point.
So what are you thinking now, Astria?
Pulling that batteries to underground and put another medium cargo on the battery's location now, and then reattach the survival kit, and everything else is back the floor can stand.
Yeah, and just try and re-establish all the cargo. We can get rid of this medium cargo as well.
I'll try, but I think I can use that cargo. Just stay it there.
I don't like it, but I do wonder whether it would be worth putting it vertical and sinking it in the floor even further, but hopefully with 5 blocks height, it should be fine for people to spawn at.
Yeah, that's my goal. And we need to think about connecting this conveyor towards our useless autocannon turret. So,
I mean, we could just make the autocannon turret manually loaded.
Yeah, that's also true.
That might be better, mightn't it? If I just go and sort out some cargo up there and make sure it's loaded up with as much ammo as I can fit. Then we don't have that extra bit sticking through the roof. So I'll go get some little cargoes. I think I might have already put some up here anyway. And make sure this thing's got as much ammo as I can fit on it. Oh. This is looking interesting with it being up armored.
Yeah, the parts suppressed.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all sort of just been a bit of a random slap together.
Part of me that wants to the lettering back on or change it to something different.
Yeah, what do we change it to something else?
Up to you. Up to you. If you want it, you can. Okay. That's some mudguards.
There will be no wheel explosions on this vehicle.
At least until the wheels clip into the mudguards.
From above.
Yeah. Just noticed someone's shoved explosives signs on the hydrogen tanks. Nice. What was that doing? It's over here getting something.
Any objection to me putting a door on the back?
Can you fit a door on the back of
are
this?
good. If you can, it'd be good because they're really armored.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, it made much help. I've been trying to get this stuff aligned and then input lag. Flying all over the place.
Okay, speaking of lag, I have redone your text on the side.
Oh, lag and gone.
It's the first thing that popped into my head as I was looking at it. I'm like, yeah, that works.
Yeah.
No, I like that. It works.
Yeah.
I might do it in some brighter color once I get the parts once I've done both sides.
If you change it around, built with lag, then gone, that's about correct.
Both work. I was either going to do spikes on here or put some spotlights up there. But we can probably do the spotlights across here.
I was going to do like a flaming exhaust on top of each of these little pillars there.
Oh yeah? Yeah, yeah.
Apps.
Oh yeah, that works well there.
Okay, it
All
needs
right.
flames.
Now goes the chopper crew.
These blades are really
Trying
hard
to
put
get
on.
some blades on.
Oh, you're doing them one by one.
Wheels, what did you say? 35.
Is it? I'm presuming this is too heavy for one person to lift.
One person can lift it, they just can't orientate it.
Ah. Do you want me to help out and use the nugget to get it up here and in position? Because if we get it on the ground with the right orientation, I should just be able to pick it up and do it. On it. There we go.
There we go. All right, out of the way, guys.
Oh. Didn't realize someone had actually activated my sign. There we go. It's locked.
Yeah, and you're locked to the rover.
Yep.
Put some lights or computer-based blocks, something on the ends.
Don't worry about it. The drones don't care.
Even for computer-based stuff?
Yep. Only works against turrets. Won't work against the fixed weapons on the Lucas drones.
Oh, do they only target center of mass?
Yep.
Gotcha.
I mean, the drones we're facing do have turrets, but they also have a lot of fixed weapons, and their fixed weapons aren't going to the things that'll kill you. Because their fixed weapons include rockets. Alright, it's been some good progress on these 3 builds. We've got the chopper, we've got the flatliner, and we've got the lag truck.
Let's double up the...
Next time we'll get these finished and get the train going with its extra carriage and hopefully collect a whole bunch of ice. So there's all that and plenty more to come. And, well, we will see you then. I love the asymmetrical mudguards.